So here's a song of mine, or it's a parody, and it's it is one that I keep having to write new verses for. It's an anti-Trump diatribe, and I wrote it before the Mueller report came out. I wrote it before the COVID-19 fiasco. So there are actually many, many, many verses to this song that I'm not going to do tonight. This is the condensed version, but it also has a couple of new verses to it too. And it is called "It's My Party," and it is taken with affection from Leslie Gore and Wiener Gould and Gluck, who wrote it. Nobody knows where the GOP's gone, but Republicans get I'm the king. They wear my red MAGA hat, kiss my ass and my ring. Working class white folk who voted for me, they still think I'm on their side. The healthcare tax breaks all that I pledged. They just don't get that I lied. It's my party and a lie if I want to, lie if I want to, lie if I want to. You would lie too if you knew what I knew. I punish my enemies, payback is sweet. Emoluments are no prob. Money laundering, shadowy deals. I'm like the boss of this mob. GOP candidates, best get this straight. Russia's my friend, not the press. White supremacists, go ahead and hate. You domestic terrorists, fine people. It's my party and I'll act like I want to. Distract if I want to, change facts if I want to. You would lie too if you knew what I knew. Send her back racism, dog whistles too. Then I claim whites are oppressed. Evangelicals, boy, they love me. My greed and adulteries are blessed. Resistance is futile, my voters don't care. I'm disruptive, unstable, bizarre. Unhinged and orange, I swear. They tell me we love how you are. It's my party, I'll collude if I want to, talk crude if I want to, screw you if I want to. You cover up too if you knew what I knew. I'll end regulation and Roe versus Wade, stoke resentment against immigrants. More court justices, more nutty tweets. You don't really want Mike Pence. House Democrats got 2 articles passed, but Trumpers are totally hardcore. Mitch and Lindsay are saving my ass, but maybe I'll just start a war. It's my party and I'll lie if I want to, lie if I want to, lie if I want to. You would lie too if you knew what I knew. COVID-19 I will just wish away. Of course I won't wear a mask. 100,000 dead more each day. How am I doing? Don't ask. It's my party and I lie if I want to, lie if I want to, lie if I want to. You would lie too if you knew what I. You would lie too if you do what I. You would lie too if you knew what I knew. Whew. Okay.
This is an older song. It says here November 6th, 2011, which is near an election point in the yearly cycle, but it was not a presidential election. And the reason I'm doing it is it seems almost quaint, its concerns. The concerns that I had about politics 9 years ago, not quite 9 years ago, where at that time, what particularly chafed me were the wannabe born-again Christians recasting the Christian gospel for votes. By today's standards, it's quaint and cute, and I long for such a simple time. So I'm going to turn the clock back 9 years and worry about people rewriting the Bible. This is called Bible Repairman. Let me introduce you to my Bible repairman. He came into my life from just who knows where, man. He's out in the woodshed, busy rewriting all the sex, murder, lying, and fighting. Hired him to write him the way that I see him. Can't have the Lions winning inside the Coliseum. You see, I need the good book to get even better. I've been baptized twice and just couldn't get wetter. So please, let's give him some space. He's writing a new state of grace. The future of the human race is in his ink stained hands. I just can't say enough about my Bible repairman. He finds the words to emphasize like no way that I can. Takes something out of context like nobody's business. Finds a way to stretch the truth in ways that they'll all miss. And it don't even matter if his output is goofy. If no one checks his Bible facts, it's all foolproofy. I need the testaments twisted in the direction exonerating those whose crimes avoid all detection. So please get out of his way. His editing will save the day. Fear and loathing, come what may, flow from his ink-stained hands. I've really gotta hand it to my Bible repairman. He's placed the Stegosaurus with the earliest caveman. He's got me thinking Earth is 6,000 years old. It's a good thing men of science are not nearly so bold. And I'm pleased to see his work with me is nearly completed. It's hard to believe that with King James he competed. Now my proclamations are all based in scripture. Here I come, America, what's wrong with this picture? So please, let's give him his due. He's wrapped it in red, white, and blue. The gospel he rewrote as true is on his blood-stained hands. Bible Repairman. Oh, for a more innocent age.
So yeah, this is that song that I wrote called Empire. It's anti-Trump. Go figure. I'm gonna put on my glasses because I might actually have to cheat here. As our days start to end, darkness falls across the land. It's time enough for us to ask, do we see about another chance? On your knees and say your prayers. Still believe in the man upstairs. I have my doubts, but if he's there, he stepped away if you don't care. Oops. Say the Bible's your favorite read. You like the genocide, the lust, the greed. Love your neighbor, you just ignore. As you beat your plowshares into swords, writings on your border wall. It's been a good run after all. Our stable genius dropped the ball. Yes, every empire has to fall. Yes, every empire has to fall. Not much more for me to say. I wish it didn't have to end this way, but there's a price that must be paid when you let a moron beat the parade. 1,000 dying every day, while half the nation looks away. We had a good run after all. Yes, every empire has to fall. Yes, every empire has to fall. Every empire has to fall. Every empire has to fall. That's that. But I cannot wait to get this thing out of that tuning.
It's called "It's Not Over Yet," and this goes back to sort of John Chapman. That's his name, John Chapman's sort of young adulthood as a late teen, early 20s. He left home in Massachusetts, left his family in Massachusetts, and came west to Pittsburgh, and started there, trying to find himself, see what he could become in this world, trying to make it on his own. He worked along the rivers in Pittsburgh and boatyards, so he built barges and boats of various kinds, at least part of the time. And part of the time he got a job in an orchard outside Pittsburgh, an orchard that was owned by a Continental War officer who had, of course, retired now that the war was over and the country was independent. And John's father was also a Continental War soldier, actually one of some distinction, Bunker Hill and a Minuteman and Valley Forge with Washington and stuff. So Chapman was through his father, was connected with all these ex-Army guys, and one of them had him work at his orchard, and so he tried to make his way and figure out who he was. And I'm setting this song in the context of Chapman trying to figure out who he is, and at the very same time, I think it's fair to say the country was trying to figure out who it was. The revolution was over, successfully completed, but where John was living in western Pennsylvania, there was a lot of discontent with the government. I mean, there was civil unrest, kind of like we have now. Demonstrations of various kinds, some of them verging on the violent. People were very unhappy with some of the decisions that now President Washington was making. He and Hamilton had certain ideas about how they wanted the government to function, and the folks out on the frontier around Pittsburgh were feeling very much aggrieved, left out, not part of what good they felt would have come from the successful American Revolution. So there's a lot going on out there, and I sort of imagine John being part of that. And feeling a conflict, got to have conflict, right? And the conflict between John sort of associating with guys like his father, these successful soldiers in the war and fans of George Washington, the great general, and that in contrast with the people he was now living with, the frontiersmen around Pittsburgh, and that part of Pennsylvania, western Pennsylvania. They were literally in rebellion. And And so that's the conflict that I think John's trying to sort out. What do we got here? And this song's called It's Not Over Yet. At the meeting house we talked, folks of the soil, how the crops are doing, taxes and the toil, how this new country seems to favor the few. We got ideas about what we should do. You see, liberty ain't much if the rules ain't fair. Our pursuit of happiness disappears in the air. Washington, Hamilton, men whom we trust, why are they so set on seeing us go bust? Big money speaks money's back east. Where we fit in, it looks like last and least. But it's not over yet. We're not where we need to get. Not done yelling, not done rebelling. It ain't over yet. At the Mingo Creek meeting, we pledged to our goal. Drank a little whiskey and raised a liberty pole. See, we're in this together, so we'd better think straight. This is not the Garden of Eden, but we're at the front gate. There's rivers and gardens and trees of all kinds. So let's take good care, use our best minds. Gonna come up with answers that work for us all, that make sense in the cities and in the forest tall. See, it's not over yet. We're not where we need to get. Not done yelling, not done rebelling. It ain't over yet. Let's drink to the families who have traveled so far. Remember the values that make us who we are. Farmer and tradesman and pioneer wife breathe the same air and we share the frontier life. Like the banker and the taxman, the wage slave and the boss. But we could take the owners down a peg, that'd be no great loss. I say we're in this together and we just gotta talk it through. Figure out what's fair, we'll know what to do. 'Cause it ain't over yet. We're not where we need to get. We're not done yelling, not done rebelling. It ain't over yet. Pay me in whiskey, I suppose, I don't mind. But I got a wife and children and I'm falling behind. I'm falling behind when the day's work is done. Falling behind, have we lost or have we won? See, it ain't over yet. We're not where we need to yet. Not done yelling, not done rebelling. It ain't over yet. Right now it's far from even. That's what shapes our task. At the gate of the garden, to be fair is what we ask. Pay me in whiskey, I suppose I don't mind. But I got a wife and children and I'm falling behind. Oh, I'm falling behind when the day's work is done. I'm falling behind. Have we lost or have we won? Hell, it ain't over yet. We're not where we need to get. Not done yelling, not done rebelling. It ain't over yet. It ain't over yet. It ain't over yet.
The COVID. So it's time to, especially with Trump taking a victory lamp about all this, he should, it's time for this song. Couldn't have been but a month ago, watching the news of the day, talking about a brand new virus was heading our way. I'm mounting the science from the best and the brightest, warning that this ain't no joke. We were knee deep in the river denial, the big fool says it's a hoax. One week later, the cases start mounting, the shelves and the stores are all bare. Looks like it's every man for himself, it's getting pretty desperate out there. When word comes down from our stable genius, there's nothing to fear. He says go back to work and wait till summer, like magic it'll just disappear. 1 month in, the nation is frozen, social distance and shelter in place. No human being with the work and foreign will deny there's been some mistakes. But the one they elected, who swore to protect them, says he knew it'd be bad all along. And he'd rather tell you 1,000 lies than ever admit he was wrong. I'm not gonna point no more, I'll leave that for yourself. Maybe you're still walking, you're still talking, and you'd like to keep your health. But come November, I hope you'll remember the damage one more can do. And vote for someone a little more honest, a whole lot smarter too. We're waist deep, we're neck deep, how much longer can this go on? Yeah, we're waist deep in a river of bullshit. It's time this moron was gone. It's time this moron was gone. It's time this moron was gone. Thanks.
It's a little dedication to a special little Swedish schoolgirl who's been quite active in trying to get people to change their ideas about the environment. And so this is my little song for Greta Thunberg. It's called Getting Ready to Shine. Flying through the universe, are we running out of time? A speck of dust that we call the Earth, this world is yours and mine. Just one of a billion planets spinning in this vast unknown. Give us the facts, not the science fiction, 'cause this is our only hope. our home. Our home. A Swedish schoolgirl with a special mind is asking us to make amends. Like every prophet who has come before, she's made more enemies than she's made friends. Some say she's crazy, doesn't understand. Some say that she's just spreading fear. A voice crying in the wilderness, but do we even want to hear? To hear, to hear. How much longer can the earth survive if we no longer seem to care? Spewing our filth into the land and the rivers, poisoning the atmosphere. We need clean air, we need clean water. It's time for us to take a stand. 'Cause all along the watchtower, baby, the hour is now at hand. At hand, at hand. Alarm bells ringing for our Mother Earth, and I cannot believe my eyes. There's got to be a way to tell the truth instead of swallowing a pack of lies. We may be poets, bards and writers, but we're soldiers on life's battle lines. It's time to sing your heart out, darling. We're getting ready to shine. To shine. To shine. Getting ready to shine.